I just saw this video where a guy was just like sleeping at a laundromat in New York.
Oh, I saw that.
And then the dude was just taking out his clothes and he looked over and he just busted out a knife and started like, he was just stabbing this dude up.
Out of that guy.
And then he got up, blood is just starting to pour everywhere.
What the f?
It was some up shit.
Welcome to Save This for Later video of The Careful Boys.
What? I used the watch later button.
What does that mean?
That means people will need this and they're gonna want all the details. And you have to go last because yours is gonna be too real, okay?
Oh, suspicious.
Yeah, what is this?
How would you actually go about committing murder?
Oh, come on. Why do
I think about this all the time, dude.
Jeez.
I think about this a lot.
You do?
Don't say that.
A little bit.
Paper trail, bro.
Well, okay. A little bit.
You talking about premeditated or you talking about like, oopsie, I got angry because you're like making
How
me
would
mad.
you do it? How would you
would be
do
some
it?
sort of
well, yeah,
poison.
not oopsie. No, premeditated, like
it's the
zany
easiest way.
stories and like the way you would go about it.
Some
Don't
sort
get
of
caught.
poison.
Don't get caught.
Some sort of poison. I feel like would be the easiest way.
I think if you want to get away with it, you gotta do your homework. So that means you gotta do a lot of prep before.
No homework, no prep, just go straight into it.
Walk us through it.
She's onto something. Toxicology is one of the weakest departments in forensics.
I knew he would get real so fucking fast. That's why he's gotta go last.
Okay. Wait, no, keep it.
I think I would strangle somebody. I think if I had to kill somebody, I would sneak up on them from behind and strangle them.
But you gotta be like, where, when, what's a good time that you don't get caught?
Well, probably it's like if you were to.
Beginner's class.
Yeah.
You signed the waiver. You signed the waiver.
It's a private. It has to be him.
Like if I were going to find somebody, like if I had to kill somebody, I would definitely try to follow them for extended period of time to see kind of like what their daily routine is, allegedly. And then you have to kind of find the pockets of time where it's like things that they do every day that's like routine, and I think that's how you gotta to get them. Preferably at night. I'll probably be if someone's like walking out of their car and they're going to their house, something like that.
I hate your idea. I have an idea.
Why? What do you mean?
I hate your idea. You're not gonna kill anybody. I will.
What do you mean?
I would have somebody who doesn't know me at all befriend the person that I'm trying to kill and learn about like their allergies and stuff, and then concoct like some sort of like.
What if they have no allergies? I have no fucking allergies.
Okay,
What
well
are you gonna do?
I'll have a plan B, Nick. But I'm not gonna stalk them and then like come up behind them and start wrestling them and then be like, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, there's gonna be no wrestling. It's just gonna be one and done, dude.
He's using his skill set.
What skills?
He's a black belt.
That's right.
If you're pulling something out of your fucking trunk,
hugging.
I'm gonna get your ass, bro. Real quick. And it's like you can't yell.
Yeah, but your DNA is all over them. Yeah, you're on the scene.
But you said the DNA is the worst department, right?
No, toxicology.
Toxicology, which is what I'm doing.
Dude, but
There's no toxic in your DNA usually.
the problem is that
That's a compliment.
the problem is that if someone gets murdered violently, then they will test for DNA and they'll do more work.
Really? Oh, I see. So that's look accidental.
Because it was a violent death. It's like that could be a danger to the immediate community.
But look at Epstein, dude. He fucking got choked out.
This is such a special
It's the only thing.
No, that's so clearly a suicide. That's very clearly a suicide. So you gotta make it look like a suicide so they don't do.
Honestly, doing a suicide would probably be the best way to do it. You'd have to, you could choke them out or something, and then put a noose around their neck, and
Back to the choking.
You have to avoid all.
He likes the jujitsu.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to avoid.
because honestly, bro, if you were to choke somebody, if you were to choke, it's one of the easiest ways to fucking murder somebody. Absolutely, it's like as far as like, because all it takes is what. 3 seconds of your carotid arteries to be closed off.
And they got no fucking security footage of you going to Home Depot buying like the bucket and the duct tape and the garbage bag and the fucking all the weird shit.
And then you could stage a suicide.
Well, I mean, can't you?
Because whatever you could do to prolong the investigation, I think the better. Okay. Or you just hit a gas line and blow up the fucking house.
Yeah, make the nightly news.
Yeah, dude, whatever.
Just let me know when you're doing that so I can.
All right, you piece it together. Detectives, go figure it out. Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck, Sarge.
Just downplay their detective skills.
She's got opinions, so you're the choke out method.
Mine would be like an umbrella strategy of people that exactly. People that would talk. So I would talk to somebody, and they would get information, and they would talk to somebody else, and vice versa, and so on and so forth. So it'd be like an extension of like 5 to 6 people.
You mean the dark web, dude?
And then that person would have the details on how to kill the person. And it would be some sort of toxic or...
Yeah, like they got a peanut allergy.
Yeah.
So then you just...
And it would take some time to get to know them, what allergy, what would be the most natural cause of death.
And then they like going to this restaurant all the time. So what you do is you start working at that restaurant as a cook, and then finally when they show up on a Friday night...
No, she's going to get somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody's going to work at the restaurant as a cook.
And then they sprinkle little peanuts.
She's going to get a peanut that's friends with the nut.
One of those guys is going to snitch on you, dude. That's the fucking...
That's too many people. Too many people,
yeah. They're going to snitch on you. They always backstab, dude.
I think
they get pressed.
you're going to have a harder time because you catch a lot eyes.
You know what? You'd have to have leverage on each person that is involved. Like heavy leverage.
Oh, wow. That is Epstein.
Heavy leverage.
I got one.
That's like the only way to like get some sort of clear.
But if you're gonna be like, I got one, you gotta be clean. Your idea sucks.
That's
got
right.
one.
My idea sucks.
Yeah, you gotta shit on the previous person.
I didn't see your idea sucks. Anyway, check it out.
does, though,
I
it
would go out of country. First of all, I would go out of country.
Okay.
What country?
You kill a foreigner and come back home.
I did my vacation, you guys. Had a great time.
Come on! No, check it out. I'll go out of country.
Yeah.
Let's go on a hiking trip.
Oh.
That was my idea.
Oh no!
Hey, you know what I'd be worried
I
about?
can see.
Okay,
But that paper trail is solid, though.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's a solid paper trail. All they're going to do is go, who were they last with? It's you.
Right. How did they get there?
But
Did they
he's
drive
talking
there?
the one
slip
that
and fall.
reports it.
He's like talking slip and fall though.
But he reports it.
There's no way.
What do you mean there's no way?
We gotta be friends.
That happened like 3 times in the past year.
Okay, well my shit sucks then.
No, it doesn't.
No, you're not allowed to say that. He's gonna say
Well,
that.
that's because we covered stories of like when girls had like this one woman, like who knows it. The worst part is if you do it that way, even if you didn't do it, they think you did it.
Yeah, like you go on a snorkeling trip and then you drown them in a snorkeling trip.
I think you really gotta kill someone random, bro.
No, it has to be planned. The game is planned.
You can't. No, I mean like.
It's easier random.
No, there's someone you don't know. Like it makes it so much easier if you're just not attached to this person.
I'm gonna make it too real real quick because it's kind of sad. I just saw this video where a guy was just like sleeping at a laundromat in New York.
Oh, I saw that.
And then the dude was just taking out his clothes and he looked over and he just busted out a knife and started like he was just stabbing this dude
Stab the
up.
shit out of that guy.
And then this guy was just like leaned over like this.
He was like sleeping.
And he was sleeping, and then he woke up to this dude. He was like, "What the fuck?" And then he stabbed him on the leg, on this, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And then he got up. Blood is just starting to pour everywhere, and this dude's just standing there with his fucking laundry, looking at him, and then he walks away.
What the?
Yeah.
It was some fucked up shit.
And he's just a crazy guy.
It was in New York.
Wait, there's 3 people. Like one guy doing laundry.
One guy was just chilling with him, with the stabber guy.
So there's 2 guys doing their laundry, right? And then one guy's just sleeping on the chair.
It sounded like a joke. 2 guys in a bar.
Yeah. 2 guys at a laundromat. Other guy pulling out his clothes from a dryer.
Was it like murder in terms of like?
He just looks over.
He looked like he was just bored and was like, "Hey, watch me kill this guy." It looked like that. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was.
Yeah, he
but-
looks over. Some dude's just sleeping. He pulls out a knife and just starts going.
That's wild.
and then doesn't even run off. They just like get their clothes and leave.
That's probably a sociopath.
Because if you didn't get caught, then all these ideas are way too much work.
Right.
Well, that's also the luck.
He's
That's
on camera.
That's where my theory comes in, where like it's all about what jurisdiction you're committing the murder under.
You want to do it in California.
So if you just pick a region with the weakest, like you can actually look up statistics of how many unsolved cold cases there are. That's where you murder somebody, because that's where you have the most
Or the-
incompetence
yeah,
with
laziest cops.
detectives. Yeah.
we're the laziest cops, but most unsolved mysteries, and then you go there for vacation.
But then obviously you can't always choose where that is. So I think for me the best possible thing, if you want to kill somebody, then you can never express to anybody any form of dislike you have on them. Like the minute you have that beef or you like express it,
You're a target.
you can't kill them anymore. Because you're like always gonna be a suspect. So when someone's like threatening you, whatever, it's like you're probably safe.
You gotta be the best of friends so you can cry.
And then if you need to hide a body, the dumbest thing is to go fucking Home Depot and shit. There is a place on
Go to Google and type it in.
on Figaro and 75th. It looks like a street side tool shop, but it has every burial tool you need, and it's cash only, and they don't snitch.
Shut the fuck up.
This is where you go to get all your shit.
Like the John Wick of.
Yeah.
You pay in gold coins.
That's right.
Ryan is
Exactly.
wild.
What up, guys? Thank you for watching us for so long. If you like what we do, please support our Patreon. Joe, tell them what we have to offer.
So every week you get 2 videos. One never released director's cut, and another one 2 half for YouTube, Patreon only. Every freaking week you get that, and you get access to our Discord where you can come chat with us.
And ask us questions that become episodes here because we're gonna answer them and we're gonna take it seriously and we wanna give you the responses that you want. So come stay connected with us, join our Patreon, click the description below for full details.
It looks like a street market of, and what it is it's job sites that are finished. People buy all the tools and then they resell them on the street. But if you look, whole lot of shovels, buddy.
Or go to the swap meet.
So let's break it down in 2 categories.
A lot of basins, a lot of big tubs.
What do you think is the best way to dispose of a body?
We live by an ocean.
Eat it.
No.
They did that in
That
China.
takes too much time.
We've talked about that in like the China stories. The guys will dismember the bodies and then put it in a boiling pot and then cook off the meat.
But honestly, you just go to Mexico to pay someone. That's it. It's a wrap. Say I got fucking kidnapped by a cartel. Not
Wait,
I,
who?
but someone.
How you gonna get the dead body across the border?
You're not.
Just leave it there.
It's not the dead
So you
body.
gotta
I'm talking
commit the
about.
crime in
yeah,
Mexico.
exactly. In Mexico.
You have to have all. That's the weird part is that means you have to have a fixer lined up. In which case, like, what is your life that you know this guy before you've murdered somebody?
Well, you got gold coins, right?
You got cash, right? That's all that matters.
Kind of true. Kind of true. The U.S. dollar is very strong in that region.
If you go far, far, far out into the ocean, what are the probabilities of that washing up?
I think a boat is probably the sickest thing.
Or I was gonna say, like, what if you had a private pilot's license and you had access to like the small private planes and you could just take the body in there and dump it off in the ocean?
Too much evidence at the tarmac.
Well, they can see you loading it up.
I guess it would have to be like, I don't know, if you're like transporting something and you can hide it within the
Well, don't you have to do a flight log even in a
guess
private
so,
plane,
yeah.
and it shows that you have
I know
a
nothing.
second?
Honestly, the ocean is probably the sickest. Is the clutches.
Right.
Take it on a golf cart. Go take it in, and then you go on a
I
boat.
think that feels like it would be the most easiest if it wasn't unusual that you took a boat trip.
randomly.
like if you're a fish, like if you're a fisherman.
Yeah.
Deep sea fisher all the time.
But like obviously I couldn't use that because people would go, "Wow, first time you're on a boat is when we were looking for this person that was last seen with you."
Yeah.
Like that wouldn't be a good look.
But what if you're like taking photos with them and you're posting it on Instagram, like, "Hey, we went fishing together."
Like Weekend at Bernie's.
He was alive in this picture.
Well, there are situations like that where someone did die that way and they don't believe it. They think it was a murder. But then that's the risk you have to run with. You just have to be really good at questioning.
Or you could go on a drive together and somehow you get into an accident, but they die and you survive.
And you just hope Reacher's not on your case.
That's death proof style. You just put them in a really dangerous passenger seat
Yeah.
where everything fails. There's
Yeah.
no airbag
Ejecto seat.
and you have everything you need on your side.
Too, we would also have to like consciously figure out like an active and ongoing alibi situation that's happening at the same time of our disposal.
It also depends if I want to enjoy it or
It's
not.
hard, yeah.
Like, is it a vendetta? Is it just because I have to? Do I have a personal attachment to this? Because the way I do it will change depending on that.
The absolute cleanest way is what Kalyne was saying, where they
Poison!
where they don't believe it's homicide because then they won't do anything.
Like you set up the poison in a way where it could take maybe a few days or weeks before the person takes a sip of something or like a food in the fridge or right. So by the time they do it, you already have an alibi. You're already somewhere.
Oh, you
else.
poison their almond milk, and you know they have
Almond milk.
almond milk, and then you know they have 2 teaspoons a day of it.
That's right.
Man,
Over time, it kills you.
this is scary, dude. Even trying to think of something like this, that's kind of scary.
Anthony, who's the person I'm trying to kill?
Honestly, all you have to do is watch all of the Final Destination movies, and if you can manufacture any of those things that happen in the real world, there's no suspect because those are all accidents.
Right. Like, how do you manufacture a heart attack? Like, a lot of like, I would also look into what are the most common ways.
You gotta do hypnosis on them.
But it is true. You have to know the person, and you have to have no record of ever, like, almost looks like you're not aware of them at all.
I'm gonna do a long game. Is I'm going to befriend them and take them out to eat a lot of food every day, a lot, and then just
make them
slowly
unhealthy.
watch them.
Ooh yeah, just give them
slowly watch them.
Oh shit, that's a long game.
That's a long play.
You're like, he could have lived till 75, but now he's only 70.
Yeah, you die before him.
You just feed him a bunch of hot dogs all the time and hope he gets colon cancer.
Because I'm gonna want to eat that.
One of the leading risks
Hot dogs?
is hot dogs. Yeah.
Damn, I'd say the whole pack.
Yeah, because disposal is the hardest part, I think.
But if it's a natural cause,
you don't have to dispose. Yeah.
You just got obese.
But then the crazy thing is you can't even be there. Right. Because, like, again, it's all about once you're a suspect, that's another skill level. You have to know how to, like...
Unless you got somehow, like, you figure out the alibi.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has... Like, nobody comes built with the natural ability to, like, expertly fucking lie like that. That's really difficult. Yeah.
You know how, like, you hid that cricket sound in Nick's bag?
The fuck what are you getting
like
to?
Well, you're the target. What if they had like a maid and you like slipped something in like her cleaning supplies or something that you know would, you know, somehow get to your designated target. And so like she's unaware that she committed the crime.
You're talking about like the fucking South Korean,
like when they do Kim Jong Il.
Yeah.
The North Korean murder?
Then it's like layers of like.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's kind of pinned on her, and then.
Those girls thought they were just doing a prank show. And then they basically groomed them because they did it so many times. They're like, oh, we're filming again.
Yeah.
And if you do really good today, we'll promote you.
There's some situations where depending on how well you know the person, it's almost too easy. Like if someone had asthma, just fucking empty that shit out.
And then they're like having an asthma attack, and they're like, "Oh, it's not working!"
And then go to Six Flags.
It's not working.
Just punch him in the face.
Sleep him.
Yeah, there's like it just depends. If you want to off somebody that's perfectly healthy, and they know you, that's gonna be tough, man.
So you get him fat first, then you get him unhealthy,
and then you go from behind, and then you choke him. He's too fat to fight back.
Right.
But then you're like, he's so fat that you can't like.
Yeah. He's protected.
Shit, it's not working.
Yeah, but then I mean the pros do it where it looks like suicide. So I don't know how the fuck.
If only if I knew, you know.
What about all the people that ended up dead from the Clintons and stuff? How did they do it?
Well, recently Obama's cook drowned in 3 feet of water.
See, 3 feet of water is a good one. Drowning, going out surfing or something.
Like the story's so crazy that you have to believe it.
But then that's almost cheating because that's using your ins. That's not the same as guys like, you know.
And they're protected.
Yeah, that's cheating because then you're like using, it's like a cheat code where like the system knows not to get you.
Yeah, that's true.
I wish, man, that's the only reason why I want to be a politician is because like I just don't like somebody. It's like there's a paddleboarding accident.
But I'm sure like the way they stage some of these murders allegedly, I'm sure that gives us a good insight of like, okay, what to do if you want it to be like, well, this is a cold case. There's nothing we could do here. We can't figure out anything else.
It's just an accident.
The best thing that makes a case go cold is not finding a body.
Yep.
That's it. Even if you confessed and there's no body, they almost can't close it. Like, it's weird.
Why? Because there's no evidence?
Yeah, because, like, that's the one thing they have to find.
Well, we're going to the Amazon jungle then because, you know, them piranha's going to eat that body up.
They're just not hungry.
So you gotta buy a plane.
Or pigs. They say that's a thing. You starve pigs for a while.
They'll eat everything.
I learned that from a documentary, not from a movie.
I feel like none of the... Because, you know, every now and then we'll do a story and it'll be like about this person that died a long time ago and then they found out it was actually murder like 50 years later.
Yeah.
And it's usually something... First of all, it's always in a not like a major city at all.
Yeah.
Probably a really like bad police force. Yeah.
They don't even have a forensics team.
That's the first thing you think about. You're like, oh, they just don't have the technology to like figure it out.
Or if you have like a really big lot of land in the middle of nowhere, you could probably just get away with killing anybody and just burying on your property.
Yeah.
Because you think about like, oh yeah, I don't know who this guy is. I haven't seen this guy in a while. Especially a lot of the police officers, like you said, like small towns, police officers are probably not going to be in there.
But like statistically, the people that get away with the most murders are killing people that no one cares about.
Yeah, like hookers and homeless people.
Yeah, which is kind of sad.
That's what happens.
They're like killing people that aren't missed, and they're not like, hey, well, I haven't seen so and so in a while.
Yeah, if you live in like the deep mountains or something.
That's what's scary about people that like to kill just to kill. Like they know who to off, and that's scary.
Well, that's the thing, right? These guys don't have anyone to check in. No welfare check. Like you just need to be on the
I've got
streets your whole
friends.
life.
Yeah, they're going after runaways and
People are gonna look after me.
Yeah.
They're gonna look for me. Nobody looks.
That's what's hard about aggravated murder. It's like the motive is too visible, and it's too easy to like count back and go, oh, who were you last with? When? Where? How? What? Like it's so.
Where was your cell phone pinging?
That's another thing. The cell phone ping.
It's part of the alibi, though, you know.
Apple Watches and all that.
That's how they.
Just turn off like my locations, and you'll be okay.
It's deeper than that.
That's It doesn't matter. That's how they figured out the murder that I was a four person on. They just triangulated where his phones were, and they were like,
Oh, just turn it off then. Yeah, like just don't even put it on airplane mode and then turn it off.
For some reason, even if you do that, they can still
Yeah.
triangulate. It's so weird.
It's because they know where to map.
Probably need a VPN.
You're not really. Oh yeah, VPN.
NordVPN.
And then they'll think you're in Africa or Europe.
You're in Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. You were in Kazakhstan that day?
Hey, you're clear.
Sorry to inconvenience you. Yeah. I think that's the reason. That's probably the main reason why I wouldn't want to kill anybody. It's too freaking hard.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's it.
That's the main
that's
reason.
I think so.
The situation has to be perfect for you to execute it. Like a
I think
random
it's- I think it's
person
not
in
worth
the
it.
middle of nowhere.
Long neck.
Yeah, long neck. Oblivious. They stare at things for way too long. You get hit with one of these. Hey, what's over there?
They're accident prone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's just not worth it. Plus, the guilt is probably too hard to.
I would
Yeah.
rat on myself, I think.
Hell yeah.
You could join the military, but that's just not fair because it's
I
legal.
think military people want to kill civilians either.
You think that?
Wow.